Our next company is EmbedTek. This Heartland company provides complex embedded computers and integrated displays for products for other businesses. This B2B technology provider is on track to grow its annual revenues to $25 million this year. EmbedTek works with original equipment manufacturers, primarily medical equipment manufacturers, and industrial automotive companies. Please welcome EmbedTek Vice President and Principal, Ted Platts.
I asked Ted, how does EmbedTek win? And he said two things: great engineering on the front end and great management of customer relations on the back end. Ted, can you tell us more about the blocking and tackling that your company does to get it done?
Sure. I'd first like the people at our table over there to stand up. I'm one of 4 owners. I missed a meeting, and that's how I got nominated to be up here. So stand up. And then 2 of our first employees. So don't miss meetings. That's the message there. So yeah, we win, and it starts with picking the right battles to fight, and picking the customers that you want to pursue. We invest a lot of time and energy in putting together a proposal when we're pursuing business, and that energy and that resource is an expensive resource. It's technical staff. So we need to win 50% of the proposals that we put together. Well, how do you do that? You stack the deck in your favor. We've developed a tool we call the rules of engagement, which basically defines what we're looking for in a prospect, in an opportunity. And that has enabled us to meet those goals of 50% close rate. And without getting into too much of the specifics of the rules of engagement, there are objective elements to it that I'm sure all of you use as well. The account size, the initial and ongoing revenue potential, the creditworthiness of the account, those objective things that are easily measured. And then the subjective things, which are they're not quite as easy to measure, but they're pretty obvious as well. Whether or not there's a good cultural fit, whether or not the company values what we do well. That's really the foundation of it. Because if they value what we do well, all we have to do is execute to keep that account. It takes all the other variables out of it. So what do we do well? We're a very strong engineering organization, very innovative and disciplined. And in our marketplace, which is embedded computers and displays for medical equipment, military systems, fitness equipment, things like that are all purpose-specific and custom designed. In that industry, a lot of times the real innovative engineering companies are either not really great at manufacturing or they're very difficult to work with. They don't do a great job of relationship management. And we're very strong in all 3 areas. So it's really the combination of services and capabilities that enables us to win. And picking into the relationship management a little bit more, a lot of times our first win with an account is their most difficult problem. We're going to go out and find what's the thing that's their biggest source of pain, and we're going to solve it. And we'll do a great job, and then we'll do a great job of managing the relationship, and then they'll give us their easy stuff. That's how we've grown from $1 million in revenue in 2010 to $25 million this year, is because we grow organically within an account. And some philosophies on relationship management are: the first thing is build it on trust, and you build trust by doing what you said you were going to do when it was going to be done, and don't make excuses. The second thing, we ask all our customers to ask us for anything that'll make their business better, more effective, more profitable, and we're going to say yes as often as we can, but we'll say no when it's going to set us up to fail. And the default in our industry to some extent is to say yes before we even understand the question. And they find out after the fact, that the customer finds out after the fact that we didn't even understand the question. So we'll say no when we should. We'd rather lose business today than 6 months down the road have a really agitated customer and ruin our reputation. And then the last element of it is we make sure we communicate on the front end. First meeting, we're not perfect. We're going to make a mistake along the way. And how we're different is we don't make a lot of mistakes, but when we do, we clean up our mess. And we do it quickly, effectively, efficiently. We don't look at the initial cost or the near-term cost. We look at the overall account, the long-term revenue we're going to see from that, and we spare no expense to clean up our mess. And we minimize the cost to our customer and their customer, and it leads to a high degree of trust, because when the chips were down, we don't make excuses, we just own it, deal with it, and apologize. And so that leads to a high degree of trust and referenceable accounts.
Okay.